It's raining, a rare sight in Britain during the course of 1989. But for all that, we're looking forward to some exciting racing here as the cars come out up in Bonnie, Scotland. For this is Ingliston, in the middle of the Scottish showground, not many miles away from Edinburgh, and once again it's Taft in pole position as the green lights go on. A nice start for Taft. We go in car with Russell Grady, and Grady packed in there in about, what, 9th, 10th place. Whoops, we've got a sideways movement there. That is Howard Jackson going sideways, a number of other people involved. And this is Grady, and Grady's in the middle of that incident, and whoops, gets it one way, gets it the other way. Ah, this is a pity. Well, there you have it. That is the end of one Honda race here at Ingliston, and I suspect it's going to be a restart situation with all these cars that we've got spread over the track. More tea, Vicar. Back to the action. Once again, it's Taft doing his pieces out front. But behind him, it's quite an interesting battle. 3 or 4 cars all close together. Rob Hall in front this time of Pat Watts, and Pat Watts doesn't like that. And we're in car with David Leslie, World Sports Prototype Championship star with Aston Martin right behind them there, and giving you a view of this battle with Hall going through. Leslie tried to follow him, now tries on the other side, and he's alongside, going in terribly deep. Comes in, but it's not much of an apex. Doesn't get anywhere, except right on the back of Pat Watts' car. Tries along the other way. That doesn't work either. And David Leslie, a very competitive Scotsman. Actually on the border, David comes from. Lovely accent. A couple of nice kiddies. And really making his way very firmly with Aston Martin now in their first championship in this World Sports Prototype Championship for a long time. And proving his point just as he is now in the Honda. The Dunlop Star of Tomorrow Formula Ford winner a few years ago. Really enjoying this. Curb hopping a bit. Paul Taft, wiper still flapping. Has it nicely under control, and look at that lead. Leslie's dropped back. There is Leslie's car falling back into the clutches of others, while ahead Hall is still heading Pat Watts. We pick them up through the twisty bits, where disaster so often occurs, and did, as we recall. And whoops, I can see there's fun going on up ahead there. We'll have another look in a minute and see how much fun. Well, the fun is that Pat Watts got past. Pat Watts is in front. The last of the late breakers that time was Rob Hall. Didn't help him, but he was the last of the late breakers. And you can see that once those two got hard at it again, that gave Leslie his chance to close the gap, because he's much closer now than he was when we started to look at them first. So Pat Watts, there's Leslie, has a bit of pressure on him too from behind, but seems the equal of that. And here's Mr. Taft. He's got some lappery to consider shortly. Let's have a look for the second place battle. Pat Watts, respectable lead now. Where is Mr. Leslie? David Leslie still holding on to his place and still going very, very well. Whoops, on the inside of David Leslie there, number 17, Graham Churchill. Churchill through, taking with him Rick Shortall. And that will quite put David off. He won't like that at all. He didn't like it. Oh dear, didn't like that either. David Leslie is now on the grass. While he's on the grass, Paul Taft is still on the circuit. Here is Paul Taft within the background. We saw Pat Watts not so far behind. There's the flag. Taft wins, Watts second, Hall third, Churchill fourth, and Andy Ackley in fifth place. Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun.